Hola, I surrender to my soul.
Hola, from Colombia. With the present great world confusion, I wish to do my part to accelerate the evolution of human consciousness. Please help by subscribing and sharing these videos. Thank you.
In the first half of my life, which was my life in the illusion, I traveled all over the world. My husband and I chose not to wait till retirement. We chose not to wait to start living and not to wait for a better future. We did what we wanted to do. Looking back, I know that it was a gift that I gave to myself because now I have no regrets. I can't say I should have or could have because I did. Waiting for something means I want the future and not the present. I don't want what I have. I want what I don't have or haven't got. Because I waste all my energy on waiting, I am never at peace. I am in a constant state of expansion and contraction. My cells are working non-stop. They never rest. And that is why my body ages. Wider consciousness creates more depth to us as human beings. Most humans are completely identified with their body and live in fear of the end of their physical form. I was blessed with deep suffering, and this suffering forced me to disidentify with my physical form. There is no way back. There are clear signs that truth vibrations are gaining a stronghold on planet Earth. Since I can only work on myself, and I'm only responsible for myself, I must continue to integrate consciousness into my inner body, into every cell of my body. With every passing day, in conscious action, my body continuously increases in vibrational frequency. The light within me will shine brighter and brighter. At this higher energy level, negativity cannot affect me anymore in the old way, and therefore I attract circumstances that reflect this higher frequency. Challenges continue to come. That is simple fact of life. When a response is required in a specific challenge, I am moved to say or do what needs to be done or said at that moment. The ego continues to control my body, and he is the one that always answers when I try to contact my soul. I must use discernment because ego, and specifically the spiritual ego, is very adept at convincing me that it is soul responding to my call. Surrendering to my soul is the most important act towards transformation. As I align my actions with my soul, the physical body responds because the soul energy is slowly permeating every cell. As I shift from being trapped in mind, to being present in the body, I surrender to the positive energy from my soul. And now she can cross the wall of death of each cell and integrate into my physical body. Cells have the capacity for self-renewal. If I am in conscious connection with my soul, my outer body will grow old at a slower rate. I have this evidence, and at 60, I am in great health and physical shape. I have no need for a doctor, and I have no intention, especially today, of ever seeing a doctor in the future. My immune system is strengthening every day, and I honestly have no fear, or very little fear, of this supposed virus that we are told to be afraid of. The body has the potential of self-healing. The low vibration energy of fear, anger, and depression bounce away from me. They can't stick around because my vibrational frequency is just too high. None of this can be taken for granted. Every day, I allow the portal of my inner self, my soul, to stay open. The benefit of daily yoga practice with my mantra and conscious actions are adding up. In a state of surrender, the identification with my body is reduced, and the soul can then shine through. Because we are a man or a woman, we are not complete. In this physical form, we are each one half of the whole. This physical incompleteness is the reason for the male-female attraction. In the state of surrender, my ego self, my three bodies, the physical, vital, and mental, and my true self, the soul, merge into one, the perfect and only true couple. I become whole, complete, and perfect. I have no more need to cling to my husband. We are now in touch with something infinitely greater than any earthly pleasure. And we are making a real contribution by raising our consciousness towards bringing about the transformation. I gradually unify my body and my soul through concrete action. My body yearns for my soul's high vibration, and my soul aspires to transform my body's lower vibrations. Each time a fear shows up or an egotistic personality argues with me, I surrender my body to my soul once more, and I change my behavior. This takes time and a lot of pep, patience, endurance, and perseverance. Each new fear that is healed slows my aging and improves my health. The stronger my body-soul union becomes, the more my faith grows and the weaker doubt becomes. When the unification process is finished, there will be no longer any separation between my body and my soul. Fear disappears. No more fear, no more ego. When I reach that level, the door to my transformation will be fully open. At this level, most of the spiritual disciplines stop. They do not talk about unification of body, soul, and spirit to a new body of transformation of the body. They only talk about transformation of consciousness. Guy explains, at this level, a reversal of consciousness takes place. This is a total internal reversal, like a glove that is turned inside out. I will no longer feel like a body carrying a soul, but like a soul wearing a body. My old life will appear unreal, ridiculous. I will feel as if I am inside my body, looking at the world outside. All the laws of the universe, which I believed, will no longer exist. All doubt will disappear. There will be no need to search for the way because I will see it and know it. I will no longer hesitate. I'll move straight to my goal, physical immortality. The spirit will start infusing my body, soul, which in this unified state is able to bear the extremely high vibrations of the spirit. My system and my organs will go through a complete metamorphosis. Illness, dangers, accidents, aggression, aging, and death will become impossible because they are all of the low vibration. When the fusion of my body, soul, spirit is accomplished, my body will become invincible, immortal. The most difficult test along this evolutionary path is the transition period. Transition period. The time between the decision to transform and the reversal of consciousness. My body is filled with unconscious, fearful ego personalities who stop me from expressing my true identity. I start my conscious evolution by facing the smaller mental fears. They manifest as thoughts and beliefs. I continue by facing the bigger cleanups, the bigger emotional fears. They take the form of desires and passions. Once the mental and emotional cleanups are well advanced, I face those of the physical body, my habits and routines. The physical body is very dense, and therefore, this is a very long-term job. Typically, death comes before I am able to complete this job. Trying to get rid of all my egotistic personalities one at a time takes so long that normally I will die of fear and exhaustion before the end of this process. In order for all three of my bodies to undergo a full transformation, my whole consciousness must change radically and integrally. To overcome fear and anxiety, I must use one single remedy: surrender. I surrender to my soul. I give up my having for my being. Guy describes the CAS method. CAS. 1. I call. C. Because I aspire to the union of my body and my soul. I call literally my soul. When I face a challenge, I ask my soul to show me the way for my most effective evolution of consciousness. 2. I authorize. A. When I hear an answer, I must use my discernment, because almost always it is the ego that answers my call. I can tell it is my ego because he expects a fast result. Ego is very proficient at using spiritual arguments. Ego is very convincing. When I unveil the ego plan, I can throw him out. This leaves some space for my soul. She slowly starts taking over my body. 3. I surrender. S. I give free rein to my soul and surrender completely to her without any expectation of a specific result. Anything can happen. In my case, I have to go to jail. This is a true adventure. Such surrender implies true sincerity, and that can only happen when I have no expectations and set no conditions. We are facing the end of the human species and its short-lived orgasm. Instead of despairing, let's put all our efforts towards the creation of the divine being. After all, the divine attributes also include a permanent orgasm. It's a permanent cosmic orgasm. Can you beat that? Infinite love.